It may shock you to hear this, but if you're seeing this right now, it's definitely no accident. You broke through a barrier that once seemed impossible to overcome, and God wants you to know this breakthrough lines you up for a level of abundance most never dream of. If you watch for at least 13 minutes, you confirm you're ready for the full impact of this revelation. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment 77 to signal to the universe that you're open. Then drop another comment, ready for what's next in your natural voice. By doing so, you invite immediate, tangible benefits and a brand new season of transformation. Chapter 1. You escaped the gravity that held you down. Your life might have felt anchored by weights you couldn't name, like an invisible force preventing you from rising past a certain point. Each time you made progress, something yanked you back, whether that was debt, heartbreak, or a surprise crisis. Over time, these patterns convinced you that a permanent barrier existed, yet deep in your spirit, you always suspected otherwise. A chosen one never fully surrenders to the idea of eternal limitation. It took grit and endless faith to persist every time you face those setbacks. People around you might have mocked your stubbornness or urged you to be realistic, but you refused to accept a cap on your destiny. Each new blow stung, but it also fueled your resolve to keep searching for a path beyond the repeating cycle. You prayed, you studied, you listened for God's subtle cues, anything that would help you spot the crack in the armor of your circumstances. Eventually, you found that breakthrough. Perhaps it manifested as an insight about your worth or a sudden revelation that you were applying your energy in the wrong place. Or maybe it was the day you realized certain relationships or habits were choking your growth. Letting go wasn't easy, but the moment you did, you felt an unshackling. Like a rocket shedding extra weight, you soared just a bit higher, free of that gravitational pull that once pinned you down. Now you're looking around, wondering why life seems lighter, why old cycles don't snare you. In your gut, you sense you broke the final limit that once dictated your path. It's as if the universe recognized your unwavering determination and snapped an invisible cord. This is the moment countless people never reach. They give up before they find the key. You, however, persevered, and that perseverance proves you're worthy of everything about to flood into your life. In this new clarity, you see how the old illusions used to operate. They twisted your view of yourself, trying to keep you complacent. Freed from that distortion, you stand as a testament that no adversity is too entrenched for a chosen one with steadfast faith. As you step into this liberated space, the universe shifts from testing your will to rewarding your endurance. Each day from now on brims with possibilities you never imagined. And because you overcame the final limit, you realize you can handle whatever next challenge dares arise. Nothing can tether you again the way it once did. Chapter 2. Your past struggles forged unbreakable resolve. The trials behind you weren't petty scuffles. Some were soul-crushing, forcing you to question everything you believed. You might have endured betrayals from those closest to you, financial losses that made you doubt your future, or health scares that tested your courage. Through each ordeal, you wondered if you had the stamina to keep going. Yet each time you teetered on the edge of defeat, a silent spark of hope pushed you a step further. That hope, which others might have dismissed as naive, turned out to be your greatest weapon. God used it to keep your flame alive, ensuring adversity didn't extinguish your spirit. And with every storm you weathered, you gained intangible rewards, deeper compassion for others, sharper discernment about whom to trust, and a heightened radar for false narratives. Essentially, your struggle served as a crucible, purifying your intentions and your strength of character. People who watched might have pitied you or wondered why bad luck followed you. They missed the bigger picture. Each adversity was a stepping stone to a vantage point they couldn't see. While they pitied you, you were climbing a tower of experience that now grants a panoramic view over problems that stump most. Individuals, this vantage point not only benefits you, but also positions you to guide or inspire those stuck in cycles you've already conquered. At times, you yearn for someone to rescue you, to swoop in with a solution, but the lessons you gleaned demanded personal engagement. No outside hero could replicate the transformation that arises when you tackle life's storms head-on. Now you hold a self-sufficiency that fosters true freedom. You're not reliant on external validation or rescue. Your resilience stands on the bedrock of battles fought and won. This independence terrifies the matrix, which thrives on people feeling powerless. With your unbreakable resolve, you approach new opportunities and potential risks with a calm assurance. You no longer fear the unknown because you've stared down despair and lived to tell the tale. Where others see walls, you spot windows to new possibilities. Such a mindset magnetizes solutions and alliances that mirror your unwavering stance. That's why doors are about to swing open. The universe recognizes that nothing can rattle a soul refined by continuous forging in the fires of hardship. Looking forward, you understand your struggles weren't merely for personal growth. They shaped you into a vessel capable of immense blessings, the kind many never taste because they haven't withstood the refining process. Now you stand at the gateway of that blessing, free to enter because no residue of fear or doubt holds you back. You've proven your commitment to growth. So the reward for that unwavering drive, that unstoppable faith, is a fortune tailor-made for a chosen one who is ready to wield it with wisdom and grace. Chapter 3. You embraced vulnerability and found strength. One of the unsung factors that propelled you to this final breakthrough was the courage to admit your fears and wounds. Where many hide behind a tough facade, pretending their scars don't exist, you exposed yours, maybe in prayer, maybe in the quiet pages of a journal, or through a heartfelt conversation with a trusted ally. This authenticity broke the cycle of shame that illusions rely on. Once you stopped denying your pain, you discovered it no longer had power to silently corrode your potential. Vulnerability isn't weakness for chosen ones. It's the key to bridging gaps between your present state and your God-ordained destiny. By confessing you didn't have all the answers, you drew in wisdom beyond your own capacity. Perhaps a stranger's advice resonated perfectly, or a memory from childhood offered a revelation about your path. Once you stripped away pretense, the universe bombarded you with solutions. The Matrix detests honesty because it thrives on hiddenness and suppression. In that raw transparency, you also found an unbreakable inner fortitude. Paradoxically, acknowledging your insecurities allowed you to confront and master them. People who cling to a polished exterior can't access the deeper well of self-knowledge. They remain fragmented, never truly harnessing their spirit's full reservoir. But you, by owning your every flaw and ache, integrated your entire being. That integration manifests as unwavering resolve, the very trait that blasted through your last limit. Because you ventured this path, you can sense the emotional state of others more acutely. You see their hidden pain, their longing for authenticity. You become a mirror that inspires them to own their struggles rather than hide them. This empathetic aura attracts kindred spirits who appreciate realness and repels those who prefer superficial illusions. Your circle evolves into a powerhouse of mutual support rather than a web of polite deceit. And while vulnerability once seemed risky, you now see it as the foundation of stable success. You're not forced to keep up a charade under high stakes. If you are, you correct yourself without ego. If you need help, you seek it without fear of judgment. This adaptability ensures you remain flexible in the face of shifting conditions. People who put on a perfect front often crack under the slightest pressure because they can't allow themselves to fail or ask for assistance. You've bypassed that downfall, stepping forward honest and capable of recalibration whenever needed. That's part of why the fortune heading your way is on another level. You've shown God you can handle blessings because you can handle your own truth. No secret sabotage from within will derail you. You're an integrated soul, standing firm on genuine confidence, not the brittle pride that crumbles under scrutiny. And so, the path is clear for the universe to deliver expansions and breakthroughs, trusting that your humility and authenticity will utilize them for ultimate good. Chapter 4. Your story now draws surprising allies. The moment you broke your final limit, you stepped into a higher energetic frequency. People sense it, even if they don't fully grasp what changed. They see it in your eyes or detect it in your calm under sudden pressures. This shift naturally draws new supporters and influencers who resonate with your elevated vibration. Doors you never knew existed fling open, and you meet individuals who share your vision or hold valuable resources that align with your next steps. Some of these allies might appear as if from nowhere. A mentor introduces you to a key investor, or a friend of a friend suddenly invites you to collaborate on a game-changing project. The Matrix wants you to believe in coincidence, but as a chosen one, you recognize divine orchestration. These alliances reflect God's timing, rewarding your perseverance with connections that expedite your progression. You realize the relationships that once felt forced are being replaced by partnerships that flow effortlessly. Of course, fresh alliances also require discernment. Not everyone stepping into your sphere does so with pure intentions. Some might be drawn to your success for personal gain. Yet your newly honed intuition, sharpened by adversity, helps you weed out pretenders swiftly. Those who genuinely match your frequency display sincerity, respect your boundaries, and share a mutual interest in positive impact rather than mere exploitation. In forging these alliances, you notice you are no longer intimidated by big names or established leaders. You see them as peers, not because you're arrogant, but because you recognize the spiritual authority you carry. God placed you on a track that demands collaboration with equally driven individuals, not subservience. This mutual respect fosters synergy that births innovations or expansions that neither party could achieve alone. Moreover, your story of pushing beyond unimaginable limits provides inspiration that even seasoned professionals find refreshing. People admire the raw authenticity you bring, untainted by cynicism. While they might have grown jaded or disillusioned by repeated failures, your unstoppable hope reignites them. This dynamic forms a strong foundation for alliances that last, anchored by the shared excitement of forging something meaningful. That excitement eventually translates into tangible achievements that prove unstoppable. Ultimately, your willingness to partner with those who embody similar values and a driven spirit multiplies your growth. Projects accelerate. Visions become reality faster than you dare to plan. The Matrix can't sabotage a unified front of awakened individuals. Once you break your limit, you join a silent community of others who've done the same. And collectively, you rewrite possibilities for entire fields, industries, or cultural narratives. That's how your personal liberation ignites a broader revolution. Through alliances that materialize out of nowhere, each sealed by God's unseen hand, supercharging your mission. Chapter 5. You move forward. Without fear of failure, having confronted your darkest nights, you possess a calm vantage on the concept of failing. It's not that you believe you can't fail. Rather, you know failure no longer defines or stops you. Each time adversity appeared, you refused to stay down, gleaning wisdom you carried into the next phase. That unwavering resilience shreds fear's hold on your choices. Suddenly you realize you can attempt big projects or radical changes because no scenario, win or lose, sinks your spirit anymore. People might interpret your boldness as recklessness, but your confidence in God's guidance and your own proven grit anchors every step. You tackle new ventures with an expectation of success, balanced by acceptance that if success doesn't come, the lessons gained are just as valuable. This no-lose mindset morphs you into a magnet for breakthroughs. Freed from the need to hedge your bets, you can take leaps others only daydream about. Even your posture shifts. You walk into rooms with a quiet assurance that transcends typical bravado, reflecting a deep-rooted faith in how the universe supports fearless action. In daily life, this fearlessness manifests in subtle ways. You speak up in meetings, unafraid of disapproval. You network with high-level contacts, trusting your perspective is worth hearing. You pivot careers or creative directions, believing your skill set can handle the shift. The Matrix relies on fear to keep people locked in safe but stagnant zones, but your final limits collapsed, dethroning fear. So you navigate opportunities with radical openness. People watch with awe, seeing roads you explore with ease that they avoid out of terror. That doesn't mean you move blindly. If anything, you're more mindful, but with a different posture. You do your research, pray for direction, yet remain flexible enough to pivot if signals indicate a red flag. This fluid approach merges caution and courage, creating a pattern of swift, calculated action instead of lengthy procrastination. You act promptly, trusting real-world feedback to refine your course. Each small win accumulates, building unstoppable momentum that sweeps you past typical hurdles, while any missteps become minor course corrections rather than catastrophic defeats. The Matrix detests fearless spirits because they can't be controlled by threats or intimidation. You might face attempts at slander or sabotage, but you see through them. You refuse to let negativity anchor your momentum. Even if you're blindsided by an unexpected blow, you bounce back faster, having internalized that setbacks can't break your final resolve. People around you remain shackled by fear's illusions, but your life testifies that bold steps in faith keep you afloat in any storm. This lack of fear also invites serendipities that accelerate your journey. The universe recognizes your willingness to act and arranges timely allies or revelations. You'd never encounter these if you stayed locked in what-if scenarios. By stepping forward, sometimes with little more than a hunch, you discover each day brims with opportunities, every hour a gateway for destiny to unfold. That's how chosen ones consistently land in the right place at the right time. Fearless action harmonizes with divine orchestration, creating a synergy the Matrix can't replicate or nullify. It's a life unhampered by the prospect of failure, focused instead on the limitless possibilities that courage unveils. Chapter 6. You're positioned for monumental provision. Breaking that ultimate barrier not only broadens your horizons, but also transforms the nature of provision flowing into your life. Money, resources, opportunities. These once seemed scarce, requiring relentless effort just to scrape by. Suddenly, the channels that felt dried up begin to overflow, and new ones appear from unexpected directions. The blessings you receive now aren't small increments of improvement. They're colossal leaps that dwarf your earlier experiences. It's like living under an open sky instead of a cramped ceiling. This dramatic shift partly stems from your spirit's newly elevated frequency of expectancy rather than desperation. The universe recognizes this vibrational upgrade and responds in kind, ushering in the right partnerships, timely ideas, or platforms that resonate with your evolving mission. God, having observed your persistence through setbacks, entrusts you with these blessings because he knows you won't simply hoard them or squander them frivolously. Instead, you'll leverage them for greater impact, advancing humanitarian causes, elevating family legacies, or funding visionary projects, all while savoring the rewards of your hard work. Moreover, this new phase calls for refined discernment. You avoid repeating mistakes that once drained your finances or energy. You proactively establish boundaries that protect you from exploitative individuals or get-rich-quick schemes masquerading as allies. Now, each resource is invested in ways that reinforce your purpose, fueling growth instead of vanity or hollow prestige. Your experience acts as a personal fortress, guarding against the Matrix's persistent attempts to derail your progress through illusions, chaos, or manipulative narratives. Freed from past naivety, you thrive at a level few people maintain long-term. As these monumental provisions flow into your life, your social circles inevitably shift. Those who once dismissed your struggles may suddenly claim solidarity, while others project envy or suspicion. Yet your unwavering center sees beyond their reaction. You stay open-hearted to those genuinely rejoicing in your rise and graciously distance yourself from those whose toxic energy disturbs your equilibrium. Such balance allows you to share your blessings widely without compromising your peace or integrity. A key distinction here is that you are not amassing wealth or acclaim for ego's sake. You receive with humility, aiming to put your resources where they can spark real change. Should you feel prompted to help a struggling nonprofit or mentor aspiring entrepreneurs, you act on that inclination immediately. If a grand creative vision calls for significant capital, you now have the means to bring it to life. Your capacity to reshape your environment scales, creating ripple effects no one can deny. Although the Matrix may take note, it cannot topple blessings rooted in a spirit too grounded for petty reversals. In this season, prepare for a tidal wave of abundance that touches every facet of your life: financial, relational, creative, and spiritual. You've earned this position through unseen diligence, and the results are undeniable. Now you'll experience a caliber of favor most people only hear about in success stories. Because you arrived here with honesty and grit, you'll govern this next era with both humility and influence, demonstrating the essence of a chosen one, confident, generous, and unstoppable. And with each door that opens, you'll remember the countless times you almost gave up, only to realize in hindsight that every struggle was forging you into the exact person who could handle a blessing of this magnitude. Chapter 7. You embody the fulfillment beyond all limits. Having shattered the final limit, you now inhabit a reality that previously felt like a dream. The illusions that held you hostage lie in pieces behind you. You move forward with an assurance that defies standard logic because your daily life affirms a truth most never dare to prove. When unwavering faith aligns with God's purpose, no barrier is unbreakable. You've stepped into a realm of fulfillment that extends beyond fleeting goals to a lifestyle of conscious expansion. Now every day feels marked by potential you can almost touch. You might sense new ideas pop into your mind, concepts for projects that once seemed too grand, or philanthropic visions that stir your compassion. It's not that you've become superhuman, but you're free from the heavy anchor of old illusions, so your creativity soars. This synergy of vision and newfound resources catapults you into realms of influence once reserved for an exclusive few. That's the fortune you've unlocked, a merging of clarity, capability, and cosmic favor. A hidden blessing emerges from your new vantage, the reassurance that your path was never random. Each apparent misstep refined your empathy. Every delay sharpened your perseverance, and every heartbreak carved a deeper reservoir of compassion. Now even regrets transform into stepping stones for your ever-expanding narrative. Freed from self-limiting illusions, you attract relationships and opportunities aligned with your highest calling. People who resonate with your authenticity naturally join your journey, fueling a mutual quest for elevated living. While you celebrate, you also realize your role includes showing others the path, not by lecturing or touting your success, but by silently demonstrating what it means to be truly liberated. People watch how you respond to setbacks, how you remain calm in what used to rattle you. They notice your generosity, your joy, and your refusal to revert to limiting beliefs. Without forcing it, you become a mentor or a wayfinder to souls still trapped behind their final limits. They see your life as living proof that it's possible to step into a realm free from crippling doubt. Still, humility keeps you grounded. You know that arrogance would replicate the Matrix's illusions, substituting one form of bondage for another. Gratitude becomes your daily ritual, reminding you that while your steps broke the limit, divine grace made each step fruitful. You center yourself by acknowledging God's role at every turn, ensuring you don't drift into self-importance. That grounding, ironically, heightens your spiritual authority. Remaining humble shows the universe you can be trusted with greater missions. Ultimately, you embody a reality that transcends normal boundaries. You no longer speculate about how far you can go. You live the answer. And your posture invites more expansions because in this cosmic dance, each level of faithfulness opens the gate to an even broader horizon. That's how chosen ones perpetually ascend. The final limit is never truly final. Once you conquer it, the sky of possibilities extends infinitely above. But having proven yourself here, you face those infinite horizons with calm joy, assured that no matter what, your life will continue to reflect unstoppable potential.